Okay, now I think you are finished your writing part. Now you can understand adjustment, ego, value, knowledge. Expressive is, you know that. Then uh, you know the functions now, the attitude functions, definition of attitudes. Now that earlier we discussed the other point that mean concepts. Now we are in another new topic, but same main topic, process of formation of attitude. This one is a bit of a not different, same way, same pattern means same under the same subject. That mean attitude and value. But this point, the process of formation of attitude. This topic basically that basically two sources of formation of attitudes. That mean only two formations sources, topics. Sources then is scientific words. We have to learn. First one is social learning. Second one is direct or direct learning. This social learning, the first one, divide or have some another three categories. Three categories. Okay. First one is classical condition. Second one is instrumental condition. Third one, modeling. Is it in this place here? Here, classical. I'll show you. 1 second. You know that because it's not necessary to the highlighted here. Social condition, instrument condition, and modeling. Before I give you time to the write down this note as a note, I'll explain what is the meaning of these three topics or three concepts. First one is classical condition. You keep it your mind this topic. It's like the classical. Classical mean think that education meaning that is a past. That mean the classical definition is education like to convert another generation to generation how you live in a society like that. To one generation to another generation, knowledge transformation like that, transforming another person. And that person, this person have to continue it the same category under the same frame. This is not here, same frame, that the education. Then, that is the reason in a feudal system, the farmer's son, so also farmer's son. Next generation also same job. The administrative officer we are calling Arachirala's sons, also the Arachirala, the position. And blacksmith's sons also, the next generation also blacksmith. Attitude, behavior, but don't think about, and this is a parallel example. The classical condition, I want to give the one example, that's only that. Then that person, the attitudes also the same. Now you have to carefully mean, try to take a correct idea while you are listening this narration, how my the example and this that the scientifically definition, what is the meaning of the classical condition, how it combine and how it explain. Okay, after that I'll explain this topic. Okay, listen here.
Process of formation of attitude. There are basically two sources of formation of attitude: A. Social learning, and B. Direct experience. Social learning, it is acquiring attitudes from others. There are broadly three processes of acquiring attitudes through social learning: classical conditioning, instrumental conditioning, and modeling. Classical conditioning is a basic form of learning in which one stimulus regularly precedes another. It is learning based of association, that when first stimulus is present, the second would follow. Prejudices and preferences are created through classical conditioning. Classical conditioning can play a role in the development of attitudes.
Okay, student.
Instrumental
Again, you have to write.
classical
Now I give you a chance to
there are
write down here.
basically two sources of formation of attitude: A. Social learning, and B. Direct experience. Social learning, it is acquiring attitudes from others. There are broadly three processes of acquiring attitudes through social learning: classical conditioning, instrumental conditioning, and modeling. Classical conditioning is a basic form of learning in which one stimulus regularly precedes another. It is learning based of association, that when first stimulus is present, the second would follow. Prejudices and preferences are created through classical conditioning. Classical conditioning can play a role in the development of attitudes.
Okay.
Instrumental condition.
Okay, now you can, you know that. What is the situation? What is the meaning? Think. It's basically from learning in which one stimulus regularly predicts another. It is a learning base of association. That when first stimulus is present, the second would follow. Prejudice and preferences are created through the classical conditioning. Classical conditioning can play a role in the development attitude. I add this concept in a future example also. It's like this. Think this is a 400 meters relay. Then, first player complete his round with 5-meter lap. After that, that player give his a relay baton or baton. The next one. What is a stimulus? Now the second person has to continue that 5 meters lap in a second round. That means a continue. That means when he complete his second round, he must develop that. He must develop that space or lap at least 10 meters. Then third one also same. It's like so preferences are created through classical condition. The third one, the third person must develop that lap more than another 5 meters, the lap. The final one must win this because he is a person who complete this task. Then this is an attitude. Huh? Then you have to think about, then he has a something, a special something. First thing is, he has to chance break some records, country, event, that the ground, then every record he can break. As well as he is a person who completing final point. That's a person. Now imagine yourself, the stimuli is you have to continue this is the one by one. Stimuli is the lab, and second one would follow. But when you follow that, you have to develop that. Then development of attitudes also same. When you are I told you that's education. You are moved to you are take or the finish your education things, then you have already you got that. You have some knowledge. Then they at that last, the first stimuli to the present, because that earlier generation people are create or push up this generation people. I told you that education is a knowledge transforming work. It is, but don't argue with me, because nowadays this transforming methods is not suit for the education system. It will be changed, we will see. Okay, now you can understand is the classical conditioning can play a role in the development of attitudes. That's the point. I told you the 5 lab to 5 lab. They are developing their classical conditioning. Okay, there's attitude also same. You have to add some other attitudes thing. Okay. Prejudices. The preference created through the classical condition. Now, instrumental conditioning. I think I give you a chance to the listening, and second time. First time you write, I'll give you some small hint, this writing skills through this narration. First, you are listening and write down quickly. Second time, you check. And third time, you can watch and recorrect what's the wrong point and what you are missing. Sentence and paras. Paras mean paragraphs. You have a 3 chance, because you know that first 2 or 3 months my speed is so high, my reading speed. Then my LPEC sir told me that how you are student complain your speed is very high, that anyone can't clearly write down our notes. Now I give you 3 times and another 2 or 3 minutes space mean duration I give to watch the whole slide, then I continue. While first 2 narrations, 2 times I use narrations, and you have a time to that while I am explaining time, you can check. And again, I give you a chance to, sometimes I give you a chance to listen narrations also. Now, the second point.
Instrumental conditioning is concerned with learning to express the right views. Instrumental conditioning is created through rewarding a desirable behavior and discouraging an undesirable behavior. Thus, a particular type of attitude is created towards a particular type of action through instrumental conditioning. B. Direct experience, attitude. Instrumental conditioning is concerned with learning to express the right views. Instrumental conditioning is created through rewarding a desirable behavior and discouraging an undesirable behavior. Thus, a particular type of attitude is created towards a particular type of action through instrumental conditioning.
Okay,
Observing the act.
Now, the first line, you have to keep it in your mind. The instrumental condition is concerned with learning to express the right view. You have to learn right thing in a right view. That means when you learn something, you can view it right way. So mental condition is created through the rewarding and describe behavior and discouraging and undesirable behavior. That means rewarding desirable behavior and discouraging undesirable behavior. It's a learning process. I'll give you some example. When you are doing any bad things, I think all of you have a good school period. I'll take out some experience or the example from that. You remember your that the last, then mean end of the year, you have that semester examinations. We are calling first term, second term, third term test. Then when you have a higher marks of the grade mean grade 1, 2, 3, then think you are in a grade 8. You are in a grade 8 or 10 or 11. It's just some margin, no? It's like the margin of the Sri Lankan the main exams. Then they will think you are in a 10 or 9 or 10 or 11 classes. And last term test, you have the English subject, you have a highest mark. That means a 99%. 99 marks. You are the person who have a highest marks in a grade 10, grade 10. All classes, not only one class, all classes. As well as you are the first in the class. Now what? You have a reward. How? The prize giving, next year prize giving gives prizes for higher marks subject, higher marks students. Then you have a one subject prize for English subject. Then you have another one. That means another prize for what? You are the first in the class. Okay. It's called be that, yeah, it's another thing. Then, have any school give a present or the rewards for the last person in your, that mean last person in your, that first and the last thinker, that 42, the rank is 42. Have any reward or the prize? No. Then you know that instrumental condition. Then that through this instrumental conditioning, this method is develop the right attitudes. Develop right attitudes and discouraging wrong attitudes. Now I'll give you what is a wrong attitudes and a wrong view. I'll explain. Now that in a grade 10 and 11, it's like we are calling like that abattoir. Abattoir, you know that abbots. Okay, not abbots. Sorry. I think that word is give you 1 second. Barrett. Sorry, Barrett. Barretts. Barretts mean attareo. We are in singular meaning. Attar. Barrett. Okay. At abattoir, I mean, I think it's some in the church or some place person. Sorry for that. My the miss word I use, Barrett. Okay. Then there are sometimes they are cut their school classes because they have a young courage. Just jump the teenager first power of teenagers, age of the power of the high rank powers they have. They cut their classes. And ultimately, the rank 42. Then prize giving day, think a bit. Prize giving day, your father and mother, well known today, my son's school's prize giving day. But what happened? No any prizes, my child, my kid. Then they have to face Parents' Day. Then you can manage. I am not to try to explain that whole situation. Then in a Parents' Day, they have to verbal punishments as well as that the parents give another rewards for the uh, discouraging undesirable behavior. Okay, the reward for discouraging undesirable behavior. Okay, anyway, I am not to go again and again to the memorize like that. Our third part, modeling. I'll give you the chance to first two time to listening. Then after that, sorry.
Observing the actions of others. Individuals tend to do what others do,
Sorry,
not what.
I'll start this point.
Instrumental conditioning is created through rewarding a desirable behavior and discouraging an undesirable behavior. Thus, a particular
Early
type
one.
of attitude is created towards a particular type of action through instrumental conditioning. Observing the actions of others. Individuals tend to do what others do, not what others say. Thus, attitudes may be transmitted from one person to another, or from one group to another, or from one generation to another.
One second, I have to check here that some small. Yeah.
Individuals tend to do what others do, not what others say. Thus, attitudes may be transmitted from one person to another, or from one group to.
Okay, I will try to do my best here. One second. Sorry, that sound. I'll check.
Individuals tend to do
Yeah,
what
but
others
sorry for that.
do,
I'll explain
not
that the
what.
modeling as a concept deal with individual acquiring new behavior through the observing the action of others. The modeling as a concept deal with individuals acquiring new behavior through observing the others action of others. Okay. Then the second one you already finished. That is I am not reading that one. Then this thing is the bit of a different, better than other two concepts. This one is person like individually, person like to copy others' behavior. The behavior, you know that, think my name is Mahendra. Things that another one name is Sri. That's enough. The Sri. Sri always like to and always observing Mahendra's behavior. And he tried to copy or modeling, it's like a Mahendra's model. But thing is, he is not what others do. That individual tends to do what others do. Only that Sri is individually tend to do what Mahendras do. But thing is, not what Mahendra says. Because that Sri is copy or model from Mahendra. This thing is, thus attitude may be transmitted from person to one person to another. That means that Sri is try to show Mahendra's attitude. It's like a transmitted. As well as think some class students try to copy, try to be a model of Mahendra. Because it's a Mahendra, but don't think about that. I am only Mahendra, not my name is Mahendra, but so many people have a same name, no, that Mahendra Singh Dhoni and various name. Okay, then they are also copying, and they are also as a Mahendra's model. Group also, then one class, after that one grade, whole school. Whole school mean next generation. There's a Mahendra's model. They are in a Mahendra's model. Sorry, that there is a Mahendra has a model. Yeah. Okay. It's the concept, modeling concept. But thing is, they can't say what he say. Mahendra Singh Dhoni or Mahendra or whatever. What person? Any person. But they are trying to do what they do, what they earlier did. Is transferring one person to another, or the one group to another, from one generation to another. This is a concept transmitting. Keep it your mind. The attitude, not as concept, sorry, that word. The attitude transmitted from one person to another, one group to another, one generation to another. Then Mahendra attitudes, that age attitudes, transmitted one person to another, one group to another, one generation to another. Now you can understand modeling as a concept. The next one, direct experience. Here. Again, you have some topic in a later be in a after 2 or 3 slides. After 2 or 3 slides, you have a direct experience topic again, but it is a bit of a different this direct experience. Okay, this is the formulations of the formations. Okay, here the topic is formation. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Then I'll move here, the direct experience. I think not necessary to the explain, but I give you a small hint, then you can understand. I give you time to first to listen, second one to writing part, and third one I explain, final part. You have to check your writing errors and some missing words also. Okay, here.
Individuals tend to do what Individuals tend to
Again,
do what
that
others
point is a start here. I think some have some, sorry.
Individuals tend to do what other.
Here, the individual tends to do that, but okay, that's the point. I think this one is okay. Okay, listen that point.
Do what others do, not what others say. Thus attitudes may be transmitted from one person to another, or from one group to another, or from one generation to another. B. Direct experience. Attitudes are also formed through real-life experience, which may be also called as direct experience or personal experience. Various studies suggest that strength of the attitudes acquired through direct experience is stronger than the strength of attitudes acquired indirectly. Attitudes acquired through direct experience are held more confidently and are more difficult to be subjected to change. If you hold strong attitude about an object, issue, or a person, and you want others to properly understand your stand, it is better to let others have direct experience with the attitude object. Individuals tend to do what others do, not what others say. Thus attitudes may be transmitted from one person to another, or from one group to another, or from one generation to another.
Now point.
B. Direct experience. Attitudes are also formed through real-life experience, which may be also called as direct experience or personal experience. Various studies suggest that strength of the attitudes acquired through direct experience is stronger than the strength of attitudes acquired indirectly. Attitudes acquired through direct experience are held more confidently and are more difficult to be subjected to change. If you hold strong attitude about an object, issue, or a person, and you want others to properly understand your stand, it is better to let others have direct experience with the attitude object.
Okay, I stop that. I'll give you a quick explanation. Attitudes are also formed through the real life experience, which may be also called as a direct experience of the personal experience, whereas studies suggest that the strength of the attitudes acquired through the direct experience is wrong than the strength of the attitude acquired indirectly. Now you can understand. Person who ever some experience, you know that earlier we discussed, we know, we have experience, we know it better than others. That means you know how to face your next time. When you have a face, when you have to, that is a same situation regularly 2 or 3 times, then you know how to face your last time. Think about last time, you know how you face this challenge because you have a two incident, same incident earlier. That means experience, past experience. Then you know how to face this situation. It's a real life experience. You know that. Then which may be also called as a direct experience or personal experience. Personal experience and a direct experience is a different. Direct experience means you have experience already, you got some idea about it. Then when you have faced some incident or challenge, but it is not like a personal matters. It is not a your own experience. Some others have that type of experience. Think some bomb blasting point or the earthquake, flooding area. Then other members, other the town area people, or now that in this district people also face that experience and face that incident and face the damages also. uh, depend on that effect, but same experience, but direct experience. Personal experience is not like that. When you have a head injury when you are playing some hockey or rugby or cricket, you had a small injury, the big injury. Then it is your personal experience. So I explain what is a personal experience, how is the next time how you face that. I'll explain you. Now, things that cricket and uh, hockey, you know, you are trying to take some undercut in a deep point. You know that I think you can manage it. What I try to tell you, the cricket one also I'll give you the explain with some of the methods. Then you are trying in a D space. It's a D space meaning close to the goalkeeper, close to the goal. You try to hit and you try to make an undercut shot. You try to play undercut shot. You know that the defenders and the defenders also front of you, the other side, other team players. When you are trying to shot that, try to take an undercut front of your defender, he also ready to hit the same ball in the same time. When you miss your undercut, definitely you that defender, that means other side players stick, definitely move your head or leg go any place, because both of us fight and one side your undercut means you are the driving undercut. Definitely, then you are miss that undercut. Definitely other players, defenders players stick accident with your body, touch your body, not like a smooth touch, like that Tamil film fighting touch. Okay, then you know what is the time I have to take undercut shot. Definitely you have a experience. You got that experience. When I try to do undercut like this, then after that, when I miss it, my head going on. Dear student, when you have a chance to the physical class, don't try to check my head. Okay, because sirs have something, some black mark in head, and that is a reason for that. Anyway, that is second example, cricket. We all know that a pull shot. Normally, I'm not perfectly correct sometimes. That when you want to pull shot like a Sanajay Surya, he's in the middle of the crease. Sometimes bit of the front of the crease line. Anyone who not like Sanajay Surya's high, or that his the wrist experience, wrist moving, not like Sanajay Surya's speed. When you miss that pull shot, your bouncer ball definitely move your face. Check that same shots try to various players try to do the follow up like the earlier modeling to Sanajay Surya's shots. Some had a bad injuries also. Check that. You have a use the YouTube videos and check that Sanajay Surya shots, and parallelly that check that injury players video and Sanajay Surya shots video. The parallelly keep take it and the comparing things. Okay. Then it's a life experience. The first time you had that danger thing, then second time you know that's my wrist speed, my elbow speed, and not suit for that sort. I have to change my. I have to find the same shot, but bit of the changing. It's a personal experience and a direct experience. Okay, then direct experience. I'm got this idea of the middle of this para here. This point, direct experience is strong than of attitude acquired indirectly. You can understand now. when you are listening something, or when you have the virtual experience, I think I may not explain virtual things, no? Okay. I'll explain that virtual things like you and me. You have a same teaching classroom methods using slides, and so also not appear, but thing is the lecturer or the presenter behind you, and you have a same knowledge, same pattern of the notes and everything. But thing is, we are not a physically, we are not a physically in a same space. So like a internet, you can tell what you want through the social media. But thing is, every word, every single words is the virtual methods. You can take a feeling. You can be angry. You can laugh when you are watch some the laugh videos with jokes, and then the horror films also there, and bad and the else film also there. But you can take a feel, but the everything you can't touch that. When you want to touch, it's a touch only your screen, phone screen or that laptop screen. Now that means that direct experience, the natural experience, direct experience, and indirect experience. I'm not, because of the last my example is the some elders there things also there, but this is not to touch all the no things, because you can understand the thing. Now you are the already ready to you are. I think you have all things mean now you are ready to finish this OB subject. Now you know that behavior. Direct experience with your behavior, very strength. The attitude also same. And indirectly, is a not accurate. Accurate is a not. Indirectly is a not. Like direct. If you hold a strong attitude about an object issues or the person, hold a strong attitude about object issue or a person, and you want others properly understand your stand. How nice that word, properly understand your stand. It's better to let others have a direct experience with a attitude object. That means the strong attitude about the object, have some object. It has a strong attitude from you, okay, and it has a issue, the person, or the issue of person, and you want others to properly understand your stand. That means like creative things. You are creative something mean you have some feel from that creative things. Now you want to give same feeling to others, like a filmmakers, like a film directors. They had some feeling when they are finished some books or some plot. Then he tried to give the same feeling to others using some method. It is the same understanding. Now, in attitude also same. Some object have another person have a view, another person attitude. Same way, that person to need convert others' mind also same attitude feeling. Now you can understand. It is a more strength, better to let others have a direct experience with the attitude object. They also have a same experience, then they have a same attitude to that same object. Now you can understand. We can move the next one. Relationship between attitude and behavior. It has this is the point, a direct experience, okay? This is also, we finished that direct experience, but what is the topic is a different. Formation, process of formation. This one, here, relationships. Same topic, bit of change meaning. Okay, now you can listen.
Relationship between attitude and behavior. The basic purpose of your studies on attitudes is to know the degree of impact of attitude on work behavior. Early research work suggested that attitudes simply influence behavior. However, in the late 1960s, researchers had different tone. They opined that behavior is far from simple, but it is understandable, and certainly not random. It was found that attitudes and behavior are at best only weakly related. Now, the more recent research work suggests that the influence of attitude on behavior is significant, provided that we choose to focus on specific, relatively narrow attitudes, well defined, rather than more general ones. In other words, in presence of certain moderating variables, conditional factors, impact of attitude on behavior is significant. Following are the factors, which determine degree of influence of attitudes on behavior. Attitude specificity. Specific attitudes are much better predictors of behavior than general ones. Attitude strength. Intense or strong attitudes are generally much better predictors of overt behavior than weak ones. Attitude relevance. It means the extent to which attitude objects actually have an effect on the life of the person holding various attitudes. The stronger such effects, the stronger the link between attitudes and behavior. Direct experience. Attitude may influence behavior more strongly if an attitude refers to something with which the individual has direct personal experience. So, do attitudes influence behavior? Systematic research on this question indicates that they do. Researchers have shown interest in other direction also, whether or not behavior influences attitudes. Interestingly, higher correlation has been found in this direction, and it has been concluded that behavior influences attitudes more strongly than attitudes influence behavior. This view is called self-perception theory. This theory proposes that attitudes are used after the fact to make sense out of an action that has already occurred, rather than as devices that precede and guide action. This concept appears to be in opposite tune with respect to the theory of cognitive dissonance. However, it may be beneficially used to shape the attitudes of individuals by encouraging them to participate in certain actions. For example, if students are made to visit an institution engaged in providing vocational training to handicapped, students' attitude towards handicap may be positive in future. Taking help of our understanding on influence of attitudes on behavior, as well as influence of behavior on attitudes, and making best use of both, we can say that in formative years, when experience is limited, there is significant influence of behavior on attitudes. Once attitudes are formed after exposure to sufficient experience, attitudes start influencing behavior in work-related attitudes.
Okay, I'll give you a chance to recorrect your writing points. Recorrecting mean have any mistake. Again, I give you a chance to listen, as well as you can check any mistake in your note. Okay. After that, I'll explain.
Relationship between attitude and behavior. The basic purpose of your studies on attitudes is to know the degree of impact of attitude on work behavior. Early research work suggested that attitudes simply influence behavior. However, in the late 1960s, researchers had different tone. They opined that behavior is far from simple, but it is understandable, and certainly not random. It was found that attitudes and behavior are at best only weakly related. Now, the more recent research work suggests that the influence of attitude on behavior is significant, provided that we choose to focus on specific, relatively narrow attitudes, well defined, rather than more general ones. In other words, in presence of certain moderating variables, conditional factors, impact of attitude on behavior is significant. Following are the factors, which determine degree of influence of attitudes on behavior. Attitude specificity. Specific attitudes are much better predictors of behavior than general ones. Attitude strength. Intense or strong attitudes are generally much better predictors of overt behavior than weak ones. Attitude relevance. It means the extent to which attitude objects actually have an effect on the life of the person holding various attitudes. The stronger such effects, the stronger the link between attitudes and behavior.
Okay, now I stop the first para. Now you have to understand this. This is the topic is here. You know that relationship between attitude and behavior. The first para have some research point. Then you have to take idea about that. Well defined. Then conditional factors. Then you have to narrow attitude. That all of that the para meaning you can take from this 4 point. Attitude specificity. Specificity. That means specific attitude are much better. You know that prediction. Are you already well known that prediction? Because you have a nice experience and you have a well-known experience with horoscope. That horoscope also predicting things. I want to explain only, I want to try to describe this predict word. Then specific, suit, or the monitored, and aiming. These all things we can use with specific, special points, special that final outcomes. No any doubt, no any argues, like that specific attitude. Are much better predictors of behavior than general one. That means you know that your friend always that every day using small shots. Shots mean not a hand shots or leg shots. Take some glass of alcohol. Now your friend are ready to start a new life with new girl. It's okay, no? The new life with new girl. But everyone need to know like that, no? Everyone want to know that, like, no? Then that new girl mean that future wife also, close relation with you. Then she asks, my guy or we are calling a future hubby have any bad behavior he has, then personally, that your friend need glass of shot every day. But you know that the best friends always cover their whole things, no? You know that some matchmaker word that in a bright side does. How about the bridegroom side does? That in we are calling that the girl side does. Have any properties belong to uh, bridegroom, the bride side's people. Then matchmaker tell, yeah, much more than 5 lakh, more than 5 acres, and at least not only for the same village, the out of the village or out of the country, they have a more properties and land. And second ask, have any vehicle to the bridegroom. Yeah, many more. Finally ask, had experience with alcohol. What a tell. How many bottle inside the Almera? 10,000, 10 Almera with his oven house. That's the thing. This is a specific. But that you know that your best friend covered and clear like a wifer. You know that vehicle wipers? Yeah, wifer like without no any one water drop in your windscreen. No, he's a very decent man, an innocent, decent man. Then, and he will attach another point, but sometimes in a very tired day, he will take small drink. We are calling small drink. Is it not a correct one? Small drink, no, any small drink word. Small drink is not English word. Yeah, he will take some glass of like that, a small shot. That's I'm not using the correct glossary word. Then now that bridegroom has to imagine, that girl has to imagine herself and take idea. But when he tried to follow the horoscope, can he predicted the same answer? Can he take out the same answer from the horoscope? Is it? Okay. Now you can understand. Attitudes also same. Specific attitudes are much better predicted of behavior than general one. That is, attitude specific study. Specific city. Specific city. Then attitude strength. Instance or in strong attitude are generally much better predicted of overt behavior than weak one. They're not necessary to explain. Strong is a better prediction or the weak behavior. Sorry, weak attitude. Attitude relevance. It means the extent to which attitude object actually have an effect on the life of the person holding various attitudes. Relevance, a strong such effect. Strong link between attitude and behavior. Stronger the link between attitude and behavior. Now the point. Behavior, attitude. First one, again I move to first one. Now, specific attitude create specific behavior. Strong attitude create or predict strong behavior. Not like predicted behavior, strong attitude, convert. Earlier we discussed the learning point. Full converting, full change. That point. Now, this one. Attitude object actually have an effect on the life of the person holding varieties and various attitudes. Then a strong effect. Attitude, strong effect. It is a stronger link, behavior and attitude. That means the strong attitude link have a link to behavior. Attitude between behavior and attitude. Again, I explain relevance. Relevance means when two things are two sides, between another thing, it has combined. When it combine, it is a parallelly comparing, is a same. It has a strong power. Like this, strong link between attitude and behavior. When it has a strong link, it has a strong attitude and a strong behavior. It is a poor and a low power of the link between attitude and behavior. It is a no effect on the life for objective, person, or situation. Now, second one, I'm not trying to tell the whole thing. The next one is a direct experience. Direct experience is like this. I'll take this point, only this. You can read and take a idea. It's a two concept I'll take and I'll try to explain. Okay. First one here. Listen carefully.
This view is called self-perception theory. This theory proposes that attitudes are used after the fact to make sense out of an action that has already occurred, rather than as devices that precede and guide action. This concept appears to be in opposite tune with respect to the theory of cognitive dissonance. However, it may be beneficially.
These 2 points. Cognitive point, dissonance, or the here.
This concept appears to be in opposite tune with respect to the theory of cognitive dissonance.
Dissonance.
However,
okay,
it may be
dissonance, that we are calling that dissonance. Okay, dissonance. The second one. The first one, self-perception theory. I'll only use self and cognitive words. And this is a true dimension that the whole theory, the topic. Then I'll try to give you, now I'm ready to explain this. The person who have that perception, that is a perception have a influence, behavior influence to attitude. This is earlier I told you, more strong than attitude influence behavior. I'll use the whole thing. It has been concluded that behavior influence attitude more strong than attitude influence behavior. This view called self-perception theory. Again, the person who have influence behavior, it is a systematically the flow earlier we discussed. Then that influence behavior depend on self-perception. Self-perception. This self-perception again depend individual direct personal experience. Because our topic is direct experience. Okay. Again, I explain. Now, person who have some behavior. It is engaged to some attitude influence. Reason is some attitude influence creates some behavior. This behavior depend on self-perception. This self-perception, individual, direct, personal experience. Now you can understand. Okay, so our point is a direct experience now. Now again, I change this explain. The person who have an individual direct experience, then it change the attitude influence to behavior. That we call it is a self, but that influence in behavior depend on person perception. Earlier we finished many things that some performance we are calculated, monitored through that person perception because some managers. But thing is, the measure that evaluate that employer performance through the perception, but it is a dependent manager perception also. It's earlier one. Then this one is some direct personal experience has some create some attitude and influence to behavior. This influencing behavior depend on self-perception. It we call self-perception theory. Okay. Then opposite side, I'm not to explain sentence by sentence. The cognitive thing. I'll take out this example. The one guy have a chance to visit some we are calling that handicap place. The handicap children, also that guy means student, same age, same class, same things, but have the bit of handicap. Handicap, you know that. But thing is, the cognitive mean thinking. I'm not to try to explain again and again what is the handicap and cognitive. Then that guy search and every places and ask some question also. Finally, he got to this now the direct experience. He went some handicap place and he visited the whole room by rooms, boarding rooms and the practical rooms, some vocational places, vocational training places like that. Then finally he got an idea from his direct experience, how nice this handicap day-to-day life. The early morning they have a fresh milk, water that are not a five-star class, 3 stars class breakfast, lunch and dinner. And the free time they can play whatever they want, and it's an ability and that better than that is depend on ability they can do. And they have some vocational training also, as well as they have some allowance. Allowance mean more than in Sri Lanka, think more than 35,000 allowance for the handicaps per month. Then the final outcome is, I want to be a handicap. This is a cognitive decision, not a decision. Dissonance, like a decision. Now, depending cognitive thinking, but it's wrong. If you want to take the same facilities and same thing, are you want to be a handicap? No. The earlier self-perception, this self-perception is 100% wrong. The cognitive point is also wrong. These 2 points, keep it in your mind. The perception engage with the correcting as well as a cognitive mood create the wrong attitude. Okay, now I can move to the next slide. Work-related attitudes. This one is a very, you have to know that I think I have some, these letters have some bit of, the font size have some bit of different, but don't think about that. Well, we have 2 or 3 slides. We can finish what we know. We have to take a correct idea. Here the point. I think first I finish these 3 topics, and after that we can explain, or I can give you idea about this specific mean. Not, I'm not using that word. I'm not. Yeah. I again explain one by one. Listen carefully. The topic is work-related attitude. Now, this is a point. This is a point. This is a topic. Correct topic for your OB. But you know, you can read the first line and you can understand these things. Okay, listen carefully. Carefully mean you have to take a correct idea from this before my explain.
Work-related attitudes. Field of psychology deals in hundreds of attitudes. Organizational behavior is concerned with work-related attitudes and behavior. There are primarily 3 work-related attitudes which have significant influence on the organization. Job satisfaction. The various attitudes people hold towards their jobs are referred to as job satisfaction. It is individuals' cognitive, affective, and evaluative reactions towards their jobs. Job involvement. It indicates how far individuals identify themselves with the job, and whether outcome of the work is attached to self-worth. Organizational commitment. It explains how people feel toward their organizations. It is an attitude, which reflect the extent to which people identify with and are involved with their organizations and are unwilling to leave them.
Again, I give you a chance to the listening and check. You have to write down this. Okay.
Work-related attitudes. Field of psychology deals in hundreds of attitudes. Organizational behavior is concerned with work-related attitudes and behavior. There are primarily 3 work-related attitudes which have significant influence on the organization. Job satisfaction. The various attitudes people hold towards their jobs are referred to as job satisfaction. It is individuals' cognitive, affective, and evaluative reactions towards their jobs. Job involvement. It indicates how far individuals identify themselves with the job, and whether outcome of the work is attached to self-worth. Organizational commitment. It explains how people feel toward their organizations. It is an attitude, which reflect the extent to which people identify with and are involved with their organizations and are unwilling to leave them. Organizations should attempt to continuously gauge the attitudes of personnel at workplace, so that corrective measures may be taken in proactive manner, for ensuring desirable behavior at workplace. It is important to study attitudes, as attitudes influence behavior. Now we shall focus our attention toward another issue: values that influences attitudes, and in turn also determine choice of action as well as behavior.
Okay. Now here. Sorry. Here the point. Work-related attitudes. That means this is organization behavior part. Now, there is a primary three work-related attitude which have a significant influence on the organization. Job satisfaction. When you have a job that everyone know this question, when you are when you are join some job, after 3 or 2 months later, but in some experienced person asks, are you happy for work with us? Are you happy to do your work? Some questions. First 2 or 3 days, first year, you can't understand what is this going on. That old man asks that kind that bad, the mad questions. Are you like to work with us? Are you happy with us? Happy with work with us? Then that first time you can't understand what is going on. That they ask, if you can't work in a happy way, the happy mood, that means you don't have a bright or a long future with this job. But someone can like to change. But they are waiting because experience hand, they know what is the time to I have to change. They will try to first time, they will try to change his or her department because he is spend more years and more years. Because thing is a practical of his and theoretical of his things that the education institute, it has some productions, education instrument, education tool production department, as well as parallelly it has another theoretical subject teaching department. Now, one person spend more than 10 hours in a tool production department. He tried to change this behavior, that regular work. It's like earlier I told you. So when you are doing some same thing in a regular, you are in a what? In a load. I told you that word. Workload behavior or not. Okay. You explain, huh? You give answer with your own mind. Then he think this is now I have to change my place. Now the correct time. After that, you try to take a permission from your super seniors, that mean the top managements. But they know, but they are already finished this type of period, and they will give you a chance. No, you have to spend another 2 or 3 that earlier to the 1 year or 2 year. Because while that you are or the person work in a practical department, you have to show your colors. I have this type of the theoretical knowledge also. You have to prove that. Not only complete one task research, not only completing one book, not only the completing one the syllabus wise resource book. Not necessary, not enough. You have to show your colors more. Colors mean you have to show your qualification. Because you are work in some production department. You have to move your behavior to the academic way. You have to show that to your administrative or the top management, you have to show that. I have this much of qualification to change my, it's not in a Sri Lankan, in in another country situation, because that Sri Lankan country, that in our country, our country can change whatever you want. You are a scholar, or you have some bad one word, say, you are head of the department or the faculty. Then you are like you can't work like here because you don't do any work here. Just that the point he will tell, because that he know well known how what type of work he done earlier period. But just that misspell word don't take decisions, because of job satisfaction, anyone have a misspell. That I how many misspell and mismeaning I use for while I am doing these lectures. Don't measure. This is the correct Mahendra sir's that methods. Same situation for your senior officers also. They have a mistakes. Yeah, it's okay, sir, but earlier but now you don't want to depend on the one word or two word or one situation. This is like a plan. I told you there's a 10 years you are spending in a same regular place, regular work you complete. But you have to change. You have to show your colors. Colors mean qualification. In our country, no, they are not checking is a suit for this or not. They have some permission through the things. Some non-academic also can work like a then I don't know this. This is the incidents I will attach. Some non-academic people can do some the academic degree without, I don't know how to they create qualification to apply that degree also. After that completing that degree, they apply for the academic post, then they are act like academic. But they have a good job satisfaction, because that shortcuts are already okay. But in other countries, they check, because I think in a future, we have our organization, our country education methods also changing. The production technological people have a chance to convert their job to the academic level, but they have to take work as a trainer, or the probation period, cover the probation period, and they can move to transfer the academic level. But it has method. It has a method. Without following that method, when who are in an academic level, then but the title is okay, behavior in like a third class people. Sometimes they are disturbing lunch, disturbing the talk with others, disturbing to the academic work, disturbing to others, because of the behavior like that. But in this situation, that is the reason I asked, are you happy to work with us? The job satisfactions are engaging these attitudes. Okay, then various attitudes people hold toward their job and are referred to as job satisfaction. It is an individual cognitive, effective, and evaluative reaction toward their job. Sometimes he or she evaluate himself, comparing others, modeling, as well as sometimes he waiting many years in a classical instrument methods. Sometimes he has a chance to he has a chance, the word is instrumental condition, as well as he or she can't change, or he or she don't have any job satisfaction. He or she will use modeling theory. Then they have a job satisfaction. but it is a wrong thing. But then this is an attitude depend on individual as well as it's a cognitive thinking level. Effect from others, evaluate from others, and your ideas. Second one, job involvement. Sorry, the job involvement. It indicated how far individuals identify themselves with a job and whether outcome of the work is attached to self-worth. Attached to self-worth. That means job involvement means you have a job role. That individually identify your job role. Then, when you have a job role, it has a definite outcome. That outcome is worth your self-worth. That means when you have a job role, your position have a job role. That job role attached with the job role outcome attached to your self-worth. That means when you finish your monthly task, you need reasonable salary as well as reasonable amount and reasonable facilities. But not in Sri Lanka. But when you are in a correct position, managerial position in your organization, you have to take correct involvement, correct person in a correct job, as well as give the correct salary, correct worth, his or her work. That means job involvement. The third one, organizational commitment. It explains how feel toward their organization. It is an attitude which reflects the extent to which people identify with and are involved with their organization and are unwilling to leave them. Then, persons who have a deep connection with organization, your feel have some direct, unbroken combination feeling with organization. It is a people identified and involved with their organization are unwilling to leave them. That means I need my organization. I want this organizational work and job. I need this job till to my pension. Because today night I have a dinner packet. Today night I have a dinner packet. That means sometimes class 3, the 5-star, not a 3-star dinner packet because of my organization job, because of my office salary, because of this institute. When I have some knowledge, sometimes not. It depends on the person by person. I have this type of knowledge, this type of degrees, foreign degree certificates, because of my organization funded me to the further learning in my higher studies. They give me a scholarships. Then when you touch the paper qualification, this all foreign degree certificates because of my job, because of the You know that we are in some Valentine days. The Valentine is fiance and fiance that mean fiance and fiance that we call it the girlfriend and boyfriend. Everything because of you, like that. This everything you can show the vehicle, transport, thing. Sometimes the wife also he have some start affair in organization, some office or institute, everything. Then because of you, because of institute. Can you understand everything? The job satisfaction, job involvement, organization commitment, organizational commitment. Now you can understand this organizational behavior and attitude. These three things engage in the person attitude. These attitude are here the topic. These attitude are work-related attitudes. I think you can understand this one. Organization should attempt to continuously. I'll give you a chance to the listening carefully. 1 second, not that listening carefully, but you listen to this.
Organizations should attempt to continuously gauge the attitudes of personnel at workplace, so that corrective measures may be taken in proactive manner, for ensuring desirable behavior at workplace. It is important to study attitudes, as attitudes influence behavior. Now we shall focus our attention toward another issue: values that influences attitudes, and in turn also determine choice of action as well as behavior. M. Rokiak identified two sets of values.
Here,
One set is called term. Organizations should attempt to continuously gauge the attitudes of personnel at workplace, so that corrective measures may be taken in proactive manner, for ensuring desirable behavior at workplace. It is important to study attitudes, as attitudes influence behavior. Now we shall focus our attention toward another issue: values that influences attitudes, and in turn also determine choice of action as well as behavior.
I think
And
enough
Rokiak-
time to the complete this. Here. I'll take only this position. It is important to study attitude as attitude influence behavior. Now we are discussing workplace attitude, organization behavior and attitude. Then it's important of studies attitude as an attitude influence behavior. Now we shall focus our attention to the another issues and value that influence attitudes and in turn also determine choice of the action as well as a behavior. I'll explain this in our real life, real world, real thing. Now you know that attitude influence to behavior. Earlier we completely discussed. Completely mean you got an idea, correct idea, proper manner, proactive manner. This is a word I'm not thinking. I'm not using that word because the earlier sentence. Thing. Now the attitude influence your behavior. You and me, both of us. Then our attention to another issues and value influence attitude. Think in your office have some issue. It has a very worth for you. It is a value. It's a worth for your, that issue is a very worth for your personal thing. Then in turn also determine choice of action. This action, now some issue in your organization. Organization have an issue, that means person. Earlier we discussed what is the meaning of the issue, the attitude. Then issue, object or situation. Then this issue have a value for your personal life. It has some attitude, create an attitude. This your attitude influence your behavior. This behavior in that through the attitude influence to behavior, then you have to choose of the one action. What is action? So like a protest? It's like a raise your arm for your organization. Sometimes it's like a medical leave. Sometimes it's a lunchtime, not a TV, lunchtime strike. And the rule of duty, the frame of duty working. That strike like a troll of duties. That means we are calling in a Sinhala word is I can't use that. That only you have a duty and you have a position as a role and a duties. Only that. You are doing your duties only for your role and duties, not other work you are not doing. It's action, because this issue is a value for your personal life. It's an influence to attitudes. Influence to attitude mean influence to behavior, as well as it is a turn to a choice of action. The choice of action is, it's like a strike. You know that how is the change going on? Anyone can't find this needle. Thread are here and there. This everything has a depend on attitude and behaviors and influencing and values. No one can't know. Because now you know. This is a reason they are doing some strikes. That's the reason they want to some increasing their salaries and everything. Because of value, issue and value that influence the attitude. Attitude changing the behavior, workplace behavior, as well as it is a choice to take action, choice of action. Action, why they are take action sometimes is like the organization commitment. The good commitment is okay. Bad commitment, like a strike. Okay. Then I'll move the next slide. I give you a chance to write down and listen. Again, I explain to take out the correct point, what you need.
Amrokiak identified two sets of values. One set is called terminal values, which refers to desirable end states of existence. These are the goals that a person would like to achieve during his or her lifetime, e.g., a sense of accomplishment, family security, self-respect, social recognition, etc. The other set, called instrumental values, which refers to preferable modes of behavior or means of achieving one's terminal values. Several studies suggest that values differ across culture. Various cultural factors influence values of a particular society. In turn, they also influence perceptions, attitudes, motivation, behavior, relationship patterns, leadership styles, etc. of the people of the society. As far as findings of cross-cultural studies are concerned, they are more indicative than deterministic. At a particular point of time, you shall study about types of values.
Here, this one is a small introduction to value. The M. Rocky identify two set of value. One set is called terminal value, which is a refer to describe end state of existence. They are the goal that person would like to achieve during his lifetime. It's the first one. What is that? Called terminal values. Terminal. You know that's terminal? Okay, I'll explain. The example, sense of accomplishment, family security, self-respect, social recognize, etc. Okay. Now, the person always need from organization or that the values from others in our society also, family security. When you have a job, you like, you have enough salary to secure your family, as well as not only your family security, you want the respect from others for your job rank, job title, job place, as well as your self-respect, as well as you need social recognition, because while you are walking on the road, you're passing some passengers or the people, say that is the person who are working in that institute, that organization. He's he's a manager in that institute. He's a manager in that company, advertising firm, the insurance company. So like the social recognition. But sometimes, in our country, they are they can wash the politicians, whatever rooms, and take the nice white collar job. This is not like that. The value I tried to explain. What are the value the person or human need from organization as well as in a society? The second one called instrumental value, which is referred to preferable modes of behavior of meaning achieves one terminal values. Several suggest the value differ cross culture. Various culture factors influence the values of a particular society. In the turn, they also influence perception, attitude, motivation, behavior, relationships, patterns, and leadership style, etc. Don't think about my reading style, etc. of the people of the society. As far as finding cross-cultural studies are concerned, they are more interactive than deterministic at a particular point of time. You shall study about. Okay. Now, if you want to, I think you need some small introduction. This para. The call for instrumental value. I remember that word. Classical instrumental. I remember. Now called instrumental value, the which prefer of favorable mood of behavior of meaning of achieves one in a terminal values. That means when your behavior or the manners achieve one by one terminal to one's terminal value. So engaging, engaging, that's this. Person want to that type of a secure respect, recognitions and everything. It is a depend behavior or mood or the behavior and means of achieving. The two sense of value the human need from organization here, of the people of the society. That means perception, attitude, influence. This term, sorry, that instrument of value depend. You keep it to that mind. Depend, influence, perception, attitude, motivation, behavior, relationships, pattern, leadership style, etc. These things are person and need and want from people of the society. In a cross culture, these things are depend. In a cross culture situation, some are neglect, some are have a some are like the have some depress. That mean press and a neglect and not neglecting mean that person who are not very act like not necessary for us. It is not your belief that case. You are sure that your expressions and your behavior, through your behavior, you are acting to their cultural manners. That but thing is instrumental value you have to protect. But I'll tell in a singular things in English. Don't believe. I'm not word that the any the cultural or the or other names. Uh, don't believe things that X people, X that nationality or nations, anything. Don't believe passed away person and don't only you have to believe past person and the photo framing person. You know that this story. Only you have to believe, only you must believe past person as well as photo framing person. Never believe the live or the others. In a that people also react to the same that thing that people are very eager to mean very fluent mean like the knowledge like that, not a fluent, very efficient to eat oil cake only. They are very efficient to eat oil cake, not efficient efficient to eat oil cake, but they are always foolish. Can you understand this? Two x and y or t and x? Then this is the continuous. This is called that cross culture situation. This coral going step by step. Finally, they faced big war. Starting point is you must believe only past person. That means you're the past away. You can understand that is the person also died. That's the call word. They died in the cemetery people. You have to only believe the cemetery people or the past people and photo frame people. And others, the T people, then T people against to the S people, they called that S people always efficient to eat oil cake only as well as they are always madness and fools. Okay, that this type of same situation in organization, you can understand how its value going on. This is a called instrumental value. Okay, the next topic is the last, not the last insert. This is a 13 type of value. This is not a necessary to you because you mean this is a necessary mean it's a necessary. But you have to, I told you that earlier also, earlier mean before few minutes ago, this everything, you well-known topics, economic, aesthetic, social, political, religious is nothing new. no any special law, the unknown word. But you have to take idea, the theoretical way and theoretical method, and our OB subject-wise, how these words and things engage with subject-wise, theory-wise, and scientifical way. Only that you keep it your mind, my dear students. You can take higher marks. I know definitely. I'll give the listen time here.
Types of values. Theoretical, high importance to discovery of truth through critical and rational approach. Economic, emphasis on useful and practical. Aesthetic, highest value on form and harmony. Social, highest value to the love of people. Political, emphasis on acquisition of power and influence. Religious, concerned with the unity of experience and understanding of the cosmos as a whole. Jones and Girard have broadly identified two types of values, positive and negative. According to them, anything for which the individual strives, or approaches, extols, embraces, voluntarily consumes, incurs expense to acquire is a positive value. Anything that the individual avoids, escapes from, deplores, rejects, or attacks is a negative value.
Again, listen this.
Types of values. Theoretical, high importance to discovery of truth through critical and rational approach. Economic, emphasis on useful and practical. Aesthetic, highest value on form and harmony. Social, highest value to the love of people. Political, emphasis on acquisition of power and influence. Religious, concerned with the unity of experience and understanding of the cosmos as a whole. Jones and Girard have broadly identified two types of values, positive and negative. According to them, anything for which the individual strives, or approaches, extols, embraces, voluntarily consumes, incurs expense to acquire is a positive value. Anything that the individual avoids, escapes from, deplores, rejects, or attacks is a negative value.
I think you can understand this. Economic is that these 4 and 5 things is not necessary to explain. But I'll give you that a whole slide meaning. If you have the positive valid, then it is an individual as well as this is the last point. John and others definition, they identify 2 type of values, positive and negative. It also depends on economic, aesthetic, social and political and religious point, theoretical point also. Because person who are in a negative attitude, it has a attacked. To attack is a negative value. When you have in a positive value, it is a never attacked. They are engaging. Think that the theoretical things have a positive mean. Discover the truth. Discovery of truth through critical and rational approach. When it positive. When it is a not positive, that means negative. Discover of untruth. same situation. Economic, emphasize on useful and practical. Not to emphasize, bad emphasis on useful, unuseful, and not a practical, only theoretical. Then in a positive, higher value on, from, and harmony. Low value on, from, harmony. Oh, that means harmony means peace and harmony. Then social, highest value to the love of people. Then anger and distress and cruel, bad. There's not the highest value of not a love, bad love of love, bad love of people. They are always pausing one by one to try to take everything what the person who have. They are trying to take it and try to destroy it. Is a highest, not a highest value, the low value. Then empathize on accusations of power and influence. Then not emphasize, bad emphasize, power and influence. Religious, concerned with unity of experience and understanding of the cosmos as a here the word. I like to listen.
Religious, concerned with the unity of experience and understanding of the cosmos as a whole.
You can understand now. Is it clear? Concern, unity experience, individual experience. Not understanding of the cosmos as a whole. This is the thing. When you are negative value, type of value, the positive value is a happy. Positive value in a useful, practical, emphasize. Higher value from the harmony. Highest value of the love of people. Emphasize accurations of power and influence. Concern with the unit of experience and understanding of the cosmos as a whole. It's a negative, the positive, and a negative. Okay, then last one, my dear students, we move our last point. I think this is not necessary, but I want to, this is a point you have to base organization. Design value-based organization. This is a good point for your question. Sometimes you have this type of question. Explain how you design value-based organization. Sir, you are only give us to the topic wise slides, but we don't have enough access. This is your time to find the access. Don't worry about that. I'll give you first chance to the listening. Sorry.
Organizations should be so designed that they ensure high productivity, high satisfaction of all stakeholders, and low negative factors such as absenteeism, employee turnover, etc. A value-based organization promises sustainability and prosperity to its endeavors. For designing value-based organization, based on suggestions of Tannenbaum and Davis, following points may be useful. Treat people with trust. Be respectful to human being. Treat people as dynamic entity. Accept and utilize human differences. Treat individual as a whole person. Encourage appropriate expression of feelings. Promote authentic behavior. Use authority and networking for benefit of organization. Encourage appropriate confrontation. Encourage willingness to take calculated risks. Set process which shall take care of effective accomplishment. Emphasize collaboration.
Okay. I think before my explain or the idea, you can understand this everything now depend on the person or the humor, behavior, attitudes, and values. When you want to design organization as a value-based organization, you have to depend. It is a depend on humor, humans' values. First one is treat people with trust. That means, are you sure? That's a main that mean the big question. Are you sure? Are you sure? It's a big point. Are you believe that? Then your organization create or change attitude or the behavior, your work or duty or goods or service is a so you under the people trust level in a high, then the people think this is a good organization. They respect you also, your organization also. We like to go that place because they are very humble and very trustful treat we have from them. Respect of human being. Okay. Think some incidents. I'll give you some example. While they are shopping time, the girl had a incident because of that girl's period time. And that time that the sales girls came and asked, dear miss, but same parallel age, but he called, miss, are you need my help? Oh, how can I help you, miss? No word to say. You are like my mother. How can I help you, miss? You know that when they have some the blood in his trouser or the blouse or thing, skirt and everything. I never to describe more anymore. Then that word is like from mother. You need my help, I will help you. That's the indirect one is how can I help you, miss? Treat people as a dynamic entity. The same thing. Accept and utilize human differences. That means you have to identify what are the people different one by one, the person by person. And their beliefs and belief are also different. Their manners and cultures also different. You have to identify and you have to treat that. Treat individual as a person whole person. You know that earlier, everyone need that respectable. Here is a job satisfaction. Check that here. Everyone waiting. Everyone need. I'll show you. Here, here, here. Okay. Job satisfaction. They want. They want recognitions. Recognitions. Here, I think I miss. Oh, sorry. And commitments. Satisfactions. Okay. Individually, they need. Family secure. Okay. Then encourage appropriate expressions, feelings. I told you that earlier one also engaged with this one. I'm not to give another examples because encourage people expressions of feeling. That means someone need to buy this thing, this good. At that moment, sometimes he has more than 20 million property. One property, not others. 1 million, not 100 million property with him. But at the time, he or she don't have enough money to buy that good or product. Then what happened? You have to identify, encourage expression of feeling, appropriate expressions of feeling. When you identify this type of situation that person in, your organization have to create this type of people, the front manager level, front office managers. Then, okay, so I will discuss my manager and I give you some benefit or some profit for you. But next time, you have to cover this one. Okay, you can manage that. Promote authentic behavior in your office, in your organization. Not is artificial behavior. They are in a authentic behavior. What is the meaning authentic behavior? The natural, 100% natural behavior, not an artificial behavior. Use authority and networking for benefit of organization. Then now is changing for the organization side. Encourage the authority and the networking for benefit of organization. But earlier, but the people side. Now, when your organization, your authority, network aim to benefit of organization, that means that the same social the social benefits are doing. Social working projects are always running, ongoing. But in a parallelly, sorry for that misword, some spell. The parallelly, your organization achievements role must completing day or term or month or year or week, as well as your officers job confidence you have to develop. Encourage willingness to calculate risk. Then earlier we discussed, you know that some job rank also, risk management officer, risk manager, then you can understand. Set proposal which shall take care of effect accomplishment. Emphasize collaboration, only that. Now, my dear student, set process which shall take care of effect accomplishment. Encourage willingness to calculate risk. How? When you work in this type of value-based organization, I am not asking what type of job satisfaction. I am never asking, are you happy to work with that? Are you happy to work with that organization? And never anyone not ask from you. We are waiting, and you and me also, myself also, waiting this value-based organization. I think after this LPEC diploma, you must design value-based organization, because now you are 100% change your behavior. Now you can create, or you can introduce value-based concept organization project. This is your time. But thing is, time is over. Waiting to. Okay, next time we are starting with a new lesson. Today I stop my lesson. Everyone have a nice time. You are all words, but keep it your mind. I'll give you some bit of another idea. Now I'm ready to finish my lecture, but thing is, one by one, this is like a chain. Then when you are ready to or doing your studies, the OB subject to the don't memorize. But I told you that earlier lesson also. These everything's now, these topics are the old topics that in your day-to-day life. Only you have to do, but I think sometimes you are involving or you have a job, you are continuously you are doing and involved the work, then these every topics are in your day-to-day life. Now you can filter these theoretical topics and try to engage with your day-to-day life. Then you can automatically, you can memorize, not a memorize, it is like a permanent into your brain. Brain mean mind or your education place or the academic place that whole OB syllabus wise lessons are in your memory place because your day-to-day life when you are using these theories take out from this filtering from this lesson you can engage with combine with your day-to-day life even these whole things then automatically this OB subject have some space in your mind then without memorizing this I think 13 lessons not necessary to memorize you can automatically when you have your OB paper you can write down with your day-to-day experience I think more assignments also same when you have some theoretical point as well as it is you have to combine the present situation in our country or the present situation in the separate office or the place. That is the reason I try to explain this all subject theories in the behavior of our subject organization behavior. You are the person working in some organization, you are the one behavior point. Sometimes it's like a point, 1% in a whole organization, but it is in a organization behavior. Then you can understand what I try to explain. Then all of you have a bright future. Okay, then see you then.